Hello guys and welcome to the first day of Grandmasters Tour, which is being held in St. Louis right now. It's one of the biggest events of the year. We have Rapid and Blitz for next 6 days, or I think 5 days. And then what's going to happen, there will be an annual Sinfield Cup, which is the event that's been held each August for so many years. If you're a chess fan, I'm encouraging you to go check out the games. I remember being a kid, I had this little tablet and I used to watch all Rapid, all Blitz, despite the time zone difference. I was living in Russia and I still was following the event. And now being an adult, obviously some of the top names are not playing. We don't have Magnus, we don't have Javokhir, but there are still a lot of strong players. And they started with Blitz. Not Blitz, with Rapid and Blitz. Rapid first. So first Rapid day. Let's check some of the crucial games. Wesley was playing against the local American grandmaster Leon Avander. Avander had quite a good progress over the last few years. He's one of the elite US grandmasters, and obviously he was invited to participate in this Grandmasters Tour. So let's see. First game, Wesley plays with black, and bishop pair, equal amount of pawns, 5 versus 5, but there are few things to mention. Bishop are quite active, black have open h file, white have b file. Who's going to take advantage? So the best move according to computer is to play knight e4. So Avander chooses a bit different approach. He goes e6. He sacrifices a pawn, but now f6. So I'm not sure exactly what the idea was for white. And let's say it's very tough to find the useful move because rook cannot really go anywhere. If you move, let's say king goes to g2, there is a3, bishop b2, c3, bishop a2. That's actually one of the main ideas in this whole thing. So that's why knight e4 is actually one of the ideas, because, it at least tries to chase this bishop away and doesn't allow a3 to be played right away. Because if a3, bishop b2, c3 is played, it's all over. So we have a6. Now f6 is played, knight e4, and bishop goes all the way back to a5. And once again, Avander gets a chance to save the game. So in the following position, bishop e4 is winning, as you might see here on the right side on the evil bar. F takes c4, and now pawn goes to g5, and let's say bishop e3. Now king e6, king takes on e6, and black wins the game. So after knight e4, bishop a5, there is a saving move, which was bishop d2. But as you might see, 20 seconds is not enough to find the best defensive resource. e7 is played, rook e8, and now this pawn is simply impossible to protect. Rook h7 tries to create counterplay, rook e4, and Avander resigned because very bad spot for the king as well. And after, let's say, if takes, bishop e4, you pick up rook on h7, and black wins the game. Javokhir Sindarov ended up winning one of his games as well. So in the following case, Jordan needed to protect this absolutely difficult position, I would say. And king g6 or king f8 are the only two good options. There was also king h7, but h5 was played. h5 is probably one of the worst moves you could play, but it also looks logical because you don't allow king g4. You also kind of stop this g4 idea. If takes, it's potentially a draw. King g2, rook h1, and now g4. And now it's on time because g5 is possible and you cannot take, and the position becomes winning because passed pawns are just moving forward. And with pawn on e6, it's enough in this case. Rook takes, now king goes to h3, rook f3, and king takes on h5. King goes all the way to h6, and Jordan admitted his loss because there is no way to stop e7 and then e8 promotion. And we move on to the main guy. The guy who ended up winning 2 games, the only guy who won 2 games. You can see the standings on the left side. Mr. Praggnanandhaa. So he was playing against Levan Aronian. plays with white pieces and takes on f7. And now the best option is actually to take on f7, but Levon plays also very logical king h8. But after knight d5, white get a very, very good edge. So rook a6, another mistake by American grandmaster. And now bishop e3, potentially trying to set up rook c1 and try to put pressure on this knight. So a3, b4, sacrificing exchange. But of course, if you're gonna take it, which was done in the game, you gotta be careful because dark squares are extremely weak. Knight d7 comes with the tempo, bishop c5 potentially comes. It's just dead lost for Levon. Queen c3, activating the queen. Bishop goes to c5, this bishop is under attack, rook e1, and obviously black can just simply resign. Queen a2, bishop e4, bishop goes to d4, extra pressure, more pressure, queen c4, knight goes to d5, a lot of pins, knight f6, takes, and now let's say a1 cannot be played because simple rook a1, so Levon is trying to put the pressure, but after bishop a1, this bishop is untouchable, knight h5, and Levon admitted his loss because after king h8, bishop d5 is coming, and rook e8 is about to follow next. I think, yeah, bishop g7 is actually a checkmate, bishop d5, bishop g7. But that was not, that wasn't the only win of the day for Mr. Pragg, as he played against Fabiano Caruana. He actually played a French defense. On this level, I mean, it's not usually the best opening choice, but Pragg plays French in a lot of cases. Like, if you have been following his games for a while, you know that he plays French from time to time and plays it successfully. So, in this case, he played French. He got the following position where white have two pieces for the rook, and in the following case, the best option was actually to play very illogical bishop d4 or knight d4. Knight d4 looks more logical, and white could hold it the game, but unfortunately, knight d3 allows black to play rook c3. There is some activity that starts, knight c5, rook goes to b8, attacks the bishop, knight goes to d7, rook b7, and now a lot of pieces are under attack. King f7, bishop f2, knight takes, king f6, a lot of pawns too, king g5, sacrifice, but unfortunately for Fabi, this extra piece is not enough, as Pragg has too many passed pawns, and they're just moving towards promotion square, e5, and Fabi had to resign. And as far as standings go after the first day, you can see that Pragg is first with 5 points, Wesley 4, Javokhir 4, then we have Linier, Anish, Vincent, Levon, I wonder 2, Fabi 2, and then Jordan, who lost 2 of his games. So we have 2 more days of Rapid, and then 2 days of Blitz are about to follow. A lot of interesting games will be seen. So let me know any questions you might have. If you want me to organize this whole recap structure, maybe you don't like the setup, I think it's great, but let me know. It's made for you. So yeah, that's it for me for today. I'll see you after day number 2 Rapid. We're gonna be seeing a lot of exciting games tomorrow as well. And see you soon. Bye bye.